Hello and welcome to another Wingspan World Cup match. This time against a Zombie 1 Kenobi. They are going first and this is my opening hand. It's a ton of interesting birds, which clearly separates this from the tray where there are not really interesting birds. So I will definitely want this couple in the wetlands, and probably will want indigo bunting in order to acquire more food. Unfortunately, I might have to play this one to the forest. I will get my egg supply via this. And I will need more food. One could also think about taking the quail, playing it to the forest as a source of eggs, but as I will be getting eggs via the blackbird and the round goals do not feature anything of interest for the quail, we should probably stick with indigo bunting. That's two interesting bonus cards. So the ethologist should easily be 4 points, maybe more. Usually the diet specialist is also not that much of a problem. But I think I will take the ethologist as that is not as restricting. Taking these two foods so that I can get 1 wheat and play the bunting. That should do the trick. And let's roll. So yeah, I know there are players out there who will be very unhappy when I play this to the forest, as of course this is a nice way of laying eggs and getting food, but if I don't play it to the forest, I won't have control over the bird feeder, which means that my opponent basically can try to, or can quite easily deny the food that I would get with the bunting, which would then force me to take underwhelming actions in that habitat, which I don't want to do. So there appeared a cold tit, which is also a nice bird. With bunting and cold tit I could be well off in terms of food. The question is, do I have time to play all these? Actually, I think there will be more opportunities to find good forest birds. I will just stick to my plan now, play the bunting, and gain food probably 2 times, hoping that that will pay for my 2 wetland birds. It's definitely important to get the blackbird down, because that's my source of eggs and also relevant for the round goal. So Zoe snagged on the cold tit, which is fine. The first thing they drew was the black tern, and they have kept 3 birds. Grub and mouse. So the grub does pay for the tern, right? It does. Okay, so we want 1 wheat and we take that one on top. So if the feeder stays the same, then we just do this again. which leaves 4 actions. That would be play Blackbird, draw cards or lay eggs, play Swallow, draw cards or lay eggs. Depends on what their plan is. So they have the Lectern, which is Star Nest with 2 spaces. And there's the Forest Bird that required the Rodent. Yeah, so we'll probably be laying eggs instead of drawing cards to make sure that we win the first round goal. Yeah, then we'll have to see how this evolves. From turn from round 2 onwards, I want to activate my card drawing engine quite often to hope to get some more tucks or whatever point generation there is into the wetlands and focus on that. But yeah, we'll have to see a bit how this all unfolds. So they have taken food. They're probably doing that again because they want the grub for the coated, I would suppose. At some point they will also lay eggs in order to participate in the round goal. So one scenario that would be fine for me would be they have some combination of laying eggs, playing another bird. Because that would mean that they don't exceed the 2 egg spaces here. I'll see what they do and lay eggs first. If they don't play another cup nest, then I can play barn, swallow, and lay eggs again and end up with 3 eggs. That would be fine. And if they end up with only 1 egg, I could even draw cards instead of laying eggs, which would leave me with 2. If, however, they play a cup nest bird now, then all this needs to be reconsidered. Then everything is possible. From I lay eggs 2 more times in order to have 6, or I stop from competing in the round goal and simply play barn, swallow, draw cards. We'll have to see. Doesn't seem to be too clear on their side. Oh, they seem to be drawing cards. Interesting. Interesting. That means they have only 1 action left, which looks as if I'd be well off with just playing that swallow here. Then I can take a look at what they are doing and might even win the round goal with just drawing cards. I somehow doubt that they will lay eggs just to deny me that option, because their egg laying action is not very good. So the title of this video will definitely be the scandalous forest bunting. Sorry, Flan. Please do not watch this video. So if I lose this game, it will definitely be because I played the bunting to the forest. Regardless of the truth of this statement, it will be that. So they are gaining food apparently. Which means that they have only one of these eggs. Then I can even do a card drawing action. And this poses the question, will I want anything from here? The wobbler is actually not too bad, but I will draw two random ones first. I don't really need any of these. I mean, the flicker can be nice at times, but I don't think that I will need it. I might want the wobbler. I have the food ready for it. It could help me gain more food and generate some points on the way. I think that's not too bad. I will probably not play the Junko. So there are some beautiful birds that don't do much for our plan. We won't be drawing any of these, I think. I'll just proceed with drawing cards. Oh, that's an interesting one. It's probably even better than the wobbler. Well, is it actually? Is it better? I mean, it is qualified for the next round goal. I think that's the factor. Do I want the Roddy Duck? I mean, I do want to draw cards. It's early in the game still, and this potentially provides me with a lot of options. And it's very cheap, so I think we can do this. And draw a new one. We don't need a carrion crow. I mean, they have played one bird of prey, and it's a teal-powered bird, but I think it's not as important at this point of the game, so just cycling that through. Then I will play Woodpecker, gain food, play Roddy Duck, draw cards, be happy. It's a reasonable sequence, I think. They played Colted? No, Killdeer, oh my. So, that's a game changer. Potentially. But still. We will continue our plan because we don't really have another option. Spending some blackbird eggs. Because they will refill over time. So the bird feeder is not very tasty at the moment. I would probably take two, re-roll for the woodpecker, and hope that there's something left for the bunting. We'll probably pick fish and mouse, as the bunting might give me a berry, and yeah, I don't need any of these. So it doesn't matter, probably. Question would be, if I rolled a wheat for the woodpecker, would I put it on the woodpecker or would I not do that? I think the demand for food is moderate at the moment. I mean, I don't know what I will be drawing, but I think I would rather have the wheat as a save point on the woodpecker instead of randomly keeping it. So not much has changed. Let's do as we intended to. Roll this, cache this, and get a berry from here. Oh no! Oh damn it! Yeah, I was somehow... All this was under the assumption that there will be a grub, so I can pay for ruddy duck, so actually it was very stupid to cache this. Oh, but still, I mean, there's still food that I don't really need, so... might be fine. But yeah, if you have a card in hand that where you need that wheat for, you might consider not caching it actually. Yeah, but it doesn't matter much. I think I will be fine. I might even go and grab food again because, I mean, at some point in the game I will need it. Might as well take it now. There is no wrongful punishment. So they are gaining food and discarding a card for an extra food apparently. Because otherwise there wouldn't be any re-rolling. Which puts me in the same situation actually. Yeah, but still, I think I'll be grabbing these. Try to roll another one. Of course it fails this time. But I get something for the bunting at least. Okay, now I have definitely enough food supplies. And can hopefully compensate for this little hiccup that I produced. So what is their plan? They have good one bird in every habitat. They have 3 wheat now, which suspiciously looks like, I don't know, bobwhite or partridge or something. Oh, it's maybe they also simply want to play the coated and there hasn't been any grub when they re-rolled, I think. So maybe they're considering to overpay for the coated if they still want to play it. They laid eggs again. There is a snowy owl. Do I want that? Maybe, but not urgently. I don't know which food I will need, so I'll just spend that wheat. Spend this egg. And then I'll grab some cards. Probably I will pick the snowy owl if it remains there. Because it might help with the ethologist. I have the food for it ready. And it also lays an egg when it is played, which would mean I could participate in the next round goal without laying eggs. and the one after that as well, if I just place one egg on the barn swallow. Of course, I will want to monitor whether I will be able to win any of these goals. So far, they have 2 platform nests and 1 cavity nest. I know of 1 more cavity nest in their hand. Should be fine. Yeah, and depending on what they are doing, I might also even play Snowy Owl this round, because they might be able to play 2 more birds, and I definitely want to win this round goal. But if the Snowy Owl does not remain, I can also resort to other birds. For example, also the kestrel would be okay. I have space in my grassland. It's qualified for the next round goal as well. I can pay it with the food that I have, so the kestrel would be a fallback, I think. Actually, might even consider prioritizing the kestrel and then just do 1 egg laying action, which would give me 3 cavity nest birds. They have 1 and the second one in hand, so that would definitely be some hurdle for them, hopefully. Yeah, maybe. It might just be. So let's just grab it. We can still discard it if we don't. Ah, that's actually the... Nah. okay. All the predators come to me. So I'm not playing all of these, that's for sure. So the Swainson's has the best ability. The kestrel has the most relevant nest type for next round. So I think I won't be dealing with that hawk. Give me a new one, please. Clark's Nutcracker. Yeah, we don't need that. And then I will have to part with 1 more bird. So I will probably want the kestrel over the hawk, which seems odd because the ability of the hawk is better, but I won't be laying eggs that often, so it doesn't matter. And I think I'm in better shape for the next round goal than I am for the last, given that they have a 2 platform nest birds already. So I'm just tucking that, and we'll see. Ibis and titmouse, they have 2 actions left. If they draw the titmouse, they can play 2 birds, right? So we have to watch out if they do that. If they do, then our last action will be play a bird. And then it also is clear that it will be the kestrel, because the titmouse is another bird for the next round goal, which is a bit unfortunate. I would rather not have flipped the titmouse, I have to be. If I could, I wouldn't have deliberately placed it there, let's put it that way. So I'm fine with any 3 food, many point birds there, but titmouse is kind of annoying at this point of the game, because it challenges my setups for this and the next round goal. But it will force them to draw cards, which they can do by laying eggs, so that's not a big deal for them. So they still don't have any grubs, but they could play titmouse and cold tit with the food they have. I mean, actually, I have no guarantee that they still have the cold tit in hand, but I would assume so. But they might have discarded it to gain extra food. Because of sheer frustration, as there are never any grubs when they gaining food. But no, I think the safer assumption would be to assume that they have the cold tit in hand. Red like partridge. Ah, so It was as we suspected. So at least the titmouse is not endangering this round goal, and the question would be, do I want it? I actually don't think so. I'll just prepare for the next round and play the kestrel and just be fine. So even if they play another bird, I have this round goal safe. And we can continue searching for our late game options next round. So, rough decisions or slow internet connection, what's the matter? They are gaining food apparently, and they have rolled grubs. So here we are. Another tucking bird. I think they will grab this because it does work well with the killdeer. Also, two familiar birds. I don't know how common the buzzard actually is, but here it is definitely the most common raptor that you can see in the skies. Last time I went to my garden, I even got a greeting from them. So there was one circling low over the garden and was doing the notorious hawk screech. That was awesome. We also had the red kites. I mean, not directly here, but on my visit in the eastern parts of Germany, I had the rare occasion to be on a hill and saw a red kite, or multiple ones, circling, and I could see these circling birds from above. That was an interesting sight. One that is, it feels wrong to watch birds from above without being on a plane. People that live in the mountains will probably make fun of this because it's probably common out there, but yeah. So what are we going to do? We could grab food. This looks very... yeah, this is the perfect setup in the bird feeder, right? We should take these and cache this and grab this. So the perfect setup in the bird feeder cannot possibly be ruined. So next action will be play Snowy Owl. then I will have to take 1 or 2 egg laying actions in this game, then they're slightly less bad when I play the owl first. Yeah, I will want an egg on my woodpecker, my kestrel, the barn swallow, and the ruddy duck. So 1 egg will come directly from the snowy owl, and then I will lay 3 more on the other ones. They gained food again, that's nice. It means that my kestrel actually does have a chance to hunt. I spend this egg, I draw this card, platform nest. I want to go back to my decision with which birds to keep, and I want to change that. Okay, platform nest birds. We do have a task now. Unfortunately, for the last round call, actually the buzzard could be an option. It's not very good to play a bird without abilities for 1 food, because also playing it on top of my birds doesn't really work well, because all my cheap birds that I could sacrifice either have important nest types or cached food, which will be lost if I stuffed it into the... So unfortunate. So there is no... So these would be the birds that I could play the buzzard on for value, but it would destroy these 2 points, so this is of course not an option. And it doesn't add another platform nest if I ate one of these birds. Because things... So we'll have to see. I will just draw 4 random cards, I suppose. And then, if they are all really terribly bad, I might draw the buzzard with a barn swallow. And in order to, magic terminology, hard cast it, and not use the alternative casting cost. Which is of course food cost, because we are still playing Wingspan. And it's also not mana, it's food. But mana, food, what difference does it make? So finally we can draw cards. As proposed, we draw random ones. Ooh, that's a good boy. We don't spend any egg, we draw 2 random ones. I will pretty surely not play the woodpecker. I mean, it could go to the water, but nah, I don't think so. The star nest might still be an option, I think, but not this one. So I have some interesting birds, so I don't think I will want the buzzard. Oh, that's an interesting bird. That's for sure an interesting bird. I even could play bluebird into fish crow. And then lay eggs again. Interesting. Yeah. So the chimney swift doesn't do much. Star nest is interesting, but I think the package as a whole is not good enough. Ah, okay, I need to discard another card, so which would mean if I wanted the bluebird, I would have to discard the warbler, which is of course not ideal. They have 2 cavity nests, so they might, if they have another bird, they might end up with 3, which would equalize. I mean, I do have the perfect food available, so I could play them and just lay eggs and be very happy. Yeah, I think under these circumstances it's indeed better to keep that bluebird, because I have the food available it secures this round goal and everything. So interesting and unforeseen turn of events. So I would still love one more platform nest bird. So now that I have the fish crow, we are only one platform nest bird away from 4 points of that bonus card. Yeah, if it had been possible, I would have loved to. I would love to have the carrion crow now that I tucked somewhere in round 1 or 2, because that would be 2 extra points of the ethologist, 2 extra points of the platform builder. Rather 4, in combination with the fish crow 4, so 2. So they played snow bunting. This is a cavity nest, so good that we kept the bluebird. We have 2 actions left. Ah, okay, that's the display did not change properly. Yeah, then we do this right away. Spend this egg first, and then play this bird, spending these eggs. So, my next action will be laying eggs. I will need to put one on the bluebird, on the fish crow, on the ruddy duck. The 4th egg can go anywhere, and I could munch it immediately with the fish crow. But it's questionable whether that's good, because I don't know which food I will be needing. I mean, platform nest birds have a tendency to cost grubs or mice. Still, I'm not sure if that will be necessary. No, I won't be doing that, because the egg is a save point. I won't turn that into food, which hypothetically grants an advantage. So I wonder if it had been right to draw the buzzard, but as I don't have any cards left, there wouldn't have been any option, except if I spent an egg, which was not really an option. So these are the important ones. This is the not so important one. I will skip that, and I will hunt successfully. Nice. So, round goal 3 of 3 has been won. That's an interesting problem. My mouse just went off. I need to retrieve a cable. Give me a sec. So, every now and then this wireless mouse needs to be connected to the USB to recharge. So, round goal 1. The tree sparrow has an interesting power color, but apart from that, it's not really interesting. So, we are going first for the last round. I don't think that any of these birds does anything for us, so let's just draw random cards. That's a good one. I would like to play that actually. Draw more cards. I don't need these. Can just stuck randomly. The Xyzl is a good one, but I don't think I'll be playing that. Same goes for the chat. And also the red starred. But the cuckoo is indeed a nice rib, so I will try to get it down and put eggs on it. But this would mean that I need to be kind of lucky with re-rolling. Yeah, so in general, this game runs rather smoothly. Especially that I've been able to win every round call gives a very good head start. Nice point boost. Bonus cards are okay, points on birds are okay, resources are fine. They have a killdeer and a partridge, which is a potent combination, but it took quite a while to get their setup going. So at the moment, I think that I'm clearly ahead, but I don't know what payoff their engine yields, what cards they have in hand. Maybe they can drop, I don't know, Bonelli's and Imperial Eagle or something, which would be rather devastating. So, yeah, let's go grab food ones. These. Reroll. Oh, that's nice. So we can cache another wheat. And take this grub. And be set perfectly. So they are also collecting food. 7 food at their disposal. I would suspect that there will be some 3-cost birds. Ah, speaking of 3-cost birds, let's review if the bonus card decision was right. And as we will end up with 2 3-cost birds, I'm happy that I took the ethologist because that's 1 point more compared to the diet specialist. So how many platform nests? They have still 2. If the big boys that they are presumably playing have platform nests, then this will be tied. I am carefully optimistic that they won't be able to play 3 platform nest birds and get eggs on them. So one bird I could have could be the Oriole, the 9-point star nest bird for the forest. And the 4 remaining food could be, I don't know. It could be something, some heron or egret that plays another wetland bird, and in that case it could become dangerous. Greater Roadrunner, yeah, that's also possible. So that's the 3rd. Time to get the cuckoo down. eggs on cup nests. Interesting. So they actually do some self-breeding, right? If they build platform nests, but they also put some eggs into other birds' nests, just to be safe. When food is abundant. Okay. Tromp Swan. The good news is that doesn't have a platform nest, which makes it look like we can also win this round goal. It doesn't matter. I don't want to gain food. I want to catch a mouse. I caught a mouse. The surprising kestrel. That's interesting. The kestrel is probably the least obvious bird that I've played this game, but it's performing really, really good. And even without the hunting success, it would still be fine that it did what it did. Eastern Imperial Eagle, they really do have another one. Okay, that's bad. Then we will indeed tie for the round goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. Okay. Yeah, but this is what I meant. They might have potential in their hand. Ready to unleash. So I can generate 4 points by laying eggs. When I do card drawing, this is less than 4 points, so let's just do this. It doesn't matter where they go. We're not doing this. We hunt another mouse. Unfortunate. Okay, so yeah, they played 14, 17 points, 14 if you subtract the eggs, and steal the seemingly safe last AOR. So that definitely makes the scoring more interesting. I'm still quite confident that we'll have it, but yeah, we'll see. Definitely got much closer now. Still, that looks very good. So let's see. I have slightly more birds, but they have big birds, so they are even ahead on bird points. So AOR is the good discipline for me. I should also be ahead in terms of eggs. Food I'm ahead, ducks I'm ahead. Yeah, that's quite clear actually. So, thank you for watching. Apologies for little hiccups like overly motivated catching of food and pouring out of mouse. Right, maybe the kestrel caught this mouse and this is why it went out. Yeah, well, in any case, so this has been my 5th World Cup Round 2 game. I am 3-2 now, which is rather average, but still, I think I am in contention. I don't know what score I will need in order to proceed, but yeah, I will try and you will notice because I will upload the videos. Thank you for watching again and see you.